So the other day I went out to the club. This was a 18 plus club, not just 21 plus, 18 plus. But if you're from 18 to 20, in that age range, you couldn't drink. They mark down on your hand with an X to make sure that the bartender recognize that you're underage to drink and they wouldn't serve you. And the guys over 21, the guys and gals over 21 would have this wristbands on their hand indicating they are old enough to buy alcohol. I went there with a couple of my buddies. We're having a good time. I approached a couple girls in there, the hottest of the hottest ones I found in the club. Didn't really go anywhere, to be honest, with any of them. I got theirs. I gave them my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, fellas, at Zeekpeak. I gave them my Instagram, and they gave me this regular, the usual bull crap the chicks at the clubs give you, right? No, I have a boyfriend, or I'm talking to someone. I would be like, well, where's he at now? He's like, well, I'm loyal. He's not here, but I'm loyal. I'm like, yeah, da 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 da. And it got me thinking. If a handsome devil like myself is getting rejected like this, granted, these girls are 9s and 10s in the looks department, 8s, 9s, and 10s. But still, baby, have you seen this face? Woo-hoo! Man, look at them jawline, girl. Handsome devil like me is getting rejected like this. What do you think is happening to the regular guys at the nightclubs? That's what inspired me to make this video. Fellas, I wake up every morning, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, comb my hair. I don't really comb my hair. I kind of just take my hand and spike it up, and it just stays like that. Whip my cock out on the sink, my 30-inch cock. Clean it off from the night before, from the girl I was with. Y'all know what it is. Comb its hair. Tell myself in the mirror, whoo, baby, look at that sexy devil. Who is that? Oh, that's Daddy Zeke. So if a guy like that is getting turned down like this, what chances does your average man have? Now, why is this happening? It's simple, fellas. At the night scene, women have their guards up all the way high up. All the way high up. At the max that it can reach. That's how high their walls are. At the night scene, at the nightclubs. And also, when I go out, especially in the club scenes, I mainly approach girls from the age of 18 to 24, 25. 25 is sometimes too old for me. I'm 23 myself, right? And in that age range in the West, girls act the most entitled because they have the most amount of options in today's social media dating time. We all know that. And women aren't stupid. They know why we're there at the nightclub. They know that we're trying to fuck. We're trying to get laid. They know all this, right? Probably shouldn't have cussed in this, whatever. And you'll notice, these are the type of girls you'll see at these bars and the clubs, all right? Especially clubs. You'll see girls with their girlfriends. And fellas, doesn't matter how hot you think you look, it doesn't matter how much game you have, how much mouthpiece you have, and doesn't matter how interested she is into you, you are not going to take her away from her friends if her friends don't approve of you. So that inevitably means you're going to be talking to the whole group and impressing the whole group. Ain't nobody got the time for that bull crap. You're telling me I gotta sit there and talk to her 300-pound overweight fat butterball turkey friend? Because every single group has one of them. There's always a fat one in the group, and there's always an ugly one in the group. Sometimes it's the same chick who's the fat and the ugly one. You already know that. Every single group has one of them. And she most likely is the number one cock blocker. That chick right there, that fat and ugly one. Or what happens is, it happened to me actually recently, the time that I'm talking about when I went out, this what happened. There was 2 really hot girls in the group. I gave attention to one of them, and the other one saw that, didn't like it. And the other one acted cock blocked, or acted like a cock blocker. Killed my game, right? And I would approach a group of girls, but I usually don't mess with the rest of the group. I usually try to talk to the girl on the side if I like her. If it's not, whatever. I completely just ignore the rest of the group. Is that a good strategy? No. But do I really care? Do I really want to impress the whole group and waste my time for the next 10 minutes and get no results out of it? Absolutely not. So you're never gonna take her away from her friends. You have to understand that. That's the number one downside and one of the biggest downsides of night scene, of approaching chicks in clubs. That's why I always advise you guys that if you guys do end up doing this night game, which is not the best one for your average guy. Doing night game is not the best type of approach for your average guy. If you do that, however, approach girls in no more than 3. A group of girls who have in number no more than 3 girls in the group. That's it. 3 is pushing it. I would usually stick to only a group of 2 girls. But anyways, so you'll see that first, a girl and with her girlfriends in a group. You're never gonna take that away from. You're never gonna take her away from her group. Then you'll see that she's probably gonna be with some sort of guy, maybe a couple guys, and you don't know if they're dating or whatnot. Chances are they're not dating. She knows guys are gonna try to approach her at the nightclub. She purposely takes this guy friend with her. Most likely he's an orbiter. How do I know this? Because I have approached this last weekend that I just went out, along with numerous amount of times, girls with another guy in the group. And I straight up ask him, which one of these are you dating? That's the first thing I ask. Which one of these are you dating? That's exactly what I say. And why do I say that? Because I'm conveying the message that these guys are all the same. They're all the losers. I don't say which one of these guys or whatever. I downplay these guys in front of her. It shows arrogance, which is what hot chicks like. 8s, 9s, and 10s don't like that nice guy approach, that safe approach. You have to be daring and bold with them and arrogant with them. Now, there's a downside to that. That's why most guys don't do it. Because if you try to come across as a bold guy, but she sees you as a 6 or a below, she can call that a harassment, right? So it's all depending on how she views you. And this is another reason guys are opting out of dating and approaching it all together, right? Why? Because it's not worth it, jumping through all these hoops. I already know that. This video is just for those guys who are still in the dating game, in the dating scene, dating here and there, including myself, and are trying to get some sort of game, free game, right? Night scene game, whatever you want to call it. Next, you'll see girls who are kind of like the outskirts of the group. And those are the type of girls are your number one praise if you're trying to get laid that night. I never once said that these girls are going to be good looking, by the way. Man, screw you, son. Never said that. So keep that in mind. Most likely hot girls are going to be almost impossible for you to pull, because hot girls almost always go out in the club with groups. And as I said, you're not going to pull her unless you yourself is some sort of a celebrity. Doesn't matter how much charisma, game, looks, whatever you have. Is there a possibility every now and then you might score something? Yes. I'm talking about the majority of the time. This is not going to happen. Girls go in there because throughout the whole day, besides Instagram and online validations, they don't really get any approaches because they know men are cowards. And that's why they need to go out to these clubs to feel validated. Hot girls do that, along with ugly girls. Ugly girls do that, and that being the number one reason. Hot girls do that, but they're also there to have a good time with their girlfriends. Ugly girls know that they're not going to be approached in person. That's why they need to have this validation boost. That attention and their friends is why they're really there that night. And they know that even though these guys are not approaching them and giving their ego a boost, just the fact that all these guys are looking at them makes them feel that much better about themselves. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to let the sun hit my gorgeous caramel skin. Oh yeah, baby. So, as I was saying, they know that for a fact, that
going to be men out there who are so desperate and so thirsty that they will give these fat butterball turkeys who are wearing these extra small dresses just to squeeze their fat rolls in a couple inches more so that their guts aren't popping out over their belly line. Some sort of attention. That's how thirsty our men are nowadays. These girls know that. That's why they go. And that's why you see them wear the skimpiest of the skimpiest outfit at nightclubs. That's why I always suggest that day game is much better than night game. Their guards are much, much, much lower. That same girl who rejected you would be the same exact girl who you would have a much, much, much better chance with if you approached her, I don't know, at the grocery store, at the bookstore, at a restaurant, Mexican restaurant, Chinese restaurant, wherever. But nightclub, there's a reason why this night scene is dead. As we are progressing more and more into the social media world, the more bullcrap and SHIT test and flakery you will get from girls from the night scene, at the night scene. Why? Because they don't need to go home with anybody on the first night that they meet to feel validated anymore. Their validations are on steroid. The amount of likes they get, the amount of guys who want them is on steroids from online validation. So they're going there to have a good time with their friends. AMS says it all the time, Alpha Male Strategies, that you should do the exact same thing. If women can go out and have a good time their own damn self and with their own girlfriends, why can't we men do that? Go out with our homeboys. Get a VIP section just for yourself. Have some drinks, enjoy the music. Talk to each other about sports, what happened during your day. Laugh with each other. Connect, make friends instead of hoes. Worry about having good friends in your life than the amount of chicks you're going to sleep with. Because I promise you, that chick you just slept with today won't be in your life a year from now. I have friends for decades now who are still in my life. That's what y'all should be valuing. And fellas, last but not least, this probably won't be my last point, but I always talk about choosing signal as well, right? But I get it. If you're out and about doing your own thing and you come across a girl, maybe even at the nightclub, you come across a girl who you just see and you're like, man, I have to approach her. I have to cold approach her. Sure, go ahead and do it. But make sure you do it in a manly way. Don't do it in a simp way. Let me buy you a drink, girl. No, why? You're telling her that her time is so valuable, so much more valuable than yours, that you have to buy her drink, so you buy more time to talk to her. Because, when you're about to go get a drink with her, the bartender is going to take a while to come to you, and then it's going to take a while for your drinks to be served, and you have all this time. You just bought all this time just to talk to her? That's what you're telling me, bro? Come on now. Fellas, those stories you guys hear, the Chad and Tyrone stories at nightclub and night bar scenes, are mainly happening with women after the age of 27, 28. Wife goes out on girls' nights out and ends up cheating on the husband. Yes, that wife hasn't been felt validated in a long time and she's getting old. I highly doubt, I don't even highly doubt. I have barely seen your random 18 to 24-year-old chicks banging some Chad or Tyrone out in the toilet. Does that mean it's not happening? Absolutely not. As I said, we're talking about the majority of the times here. These girls are not going out there and doing that majority of the time. Maybe she might find a guy really attractive. They might exchange contact information and link up later. That's about it. For the most part, again. But, hey, it was a fun time. My buddies and I had a great time, man. All these rejections that I got, do you really think I even thought twice about it? No. But a lot of guys would. And that's why I say nightclubs are not the best place to pick up women. The type of women you also meet at these nightclubs are not the type of women you want to spend one more day with after you smash her. As I said, these are all your social media hookers. Some of them are real life professional hookers who are shaking their tail at these clubs. And also, you're having to yell at this girl when you're trying to talk to her. Music is extremely loud. What kind of mood and vibe can you really set with the girl when you're yelling at her like this? Young girls need to be left alone for them to choose you. Old women, you can get away with choosing them and cold approaching them, but young women from 18 to 24, dude, they have to choose you. Why? Because, as I said, they got way too many options, and when you just step down on somebody like that, they look at you just like the exact same guy as the rest of these guys who are trying to holler at her. You're not standing out. And I know most of you men want the young, beautiful, hot piping peace sleeve, right? How Coach Greg Adams would say. You guys want a young thing, don't you? You have to let them choose you. And in today's market, in today's dating market, you really think these women who have all the options is going to choose some loser? This is why we tell you to improve yourself. This is not the only reason why we tell you. No, you should be doing this for your own self, obviously. But some of you guys are out there wanting to level up just so you can bang some more kitty out. You think they're just going to give it to you just because you're a nice guy? We live in a superficial world. Every single one of us, meaning every single one of you, if you are somewhat decent looking, is superficial at some level. Don't lie to me. I know I am. Most of these cute looking, hot looking things, they're superficial too. There's nothing wrong with that because that's how we were made. That's how we pick out the strongest and the most fertile people out there to survive and make sure the next generation becomes stronger and more appealing. And the good genetics keep getting carried on like this forever. There's a reason for all of this, fellas. But again, that's if you even have. That's if you even want to choose this path of dating. If you even want to play this monkey game of dating and marriage and all this crap. Not even marriage, just dating and mating game by itself is enough of a headache, right? If you choose to accept to play this game, this is what you got to deal with. Night scene, nightclubs are completely dead, fellas. I love day game. Absolutely love it. Gives you so much more space to relax. Gives both of you so much more space to relax. Hard guards aren't up. Hard walls aren't up. You can actually talk to her without having to yell at her. But these are the main reasons why women really go out. They're not going out to meet a guy. No. They got plenty of dudes on the side to plow them out. Plenty of dudes on their phone that they can just call if they feel horny at the end of the night, by the end of the night, after they get white girl wasted. Just one call away, this dude's going to come over and bang her out. She doesn't need another guy to come with her. She already got that need met. And she looks at you like you're just another guy trying to bang her out. Because if you yourself were a high value man and if you had options, you wouldn't be approaching her like that. Definitely do not just holler at everything that you see walking around looks nice. As I said, if you really have to step down on some chick because she just looks that good, she didn't give you any attention, any choosing signals, I encourage you guys not to do that, especially at the nightclub. Horrible idea. Bars are much better. You can talk to the woman. You can sit next to her, whatever you want to do. Nightclub's a horrible idea. The hotter the girl is, the worse chances you're going to have with her at the nightclub. But if you must, just know that rejection better not be bothering you. Because your big brother right here gave you a fair warning. Hope this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have to add anything else to this. As in why you should not be, or why the nightclub is the worst place to pick up chicks and why you shouldn't be doing that. But until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.